Hey guys, come on in, come on in, come on in, my friends. My name is Lashia. I am your host of Think Different TV. Welcome, welcome, welcome all of those who have been riding out with me since day one and all of those who are just now coming on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so happy that you are tuning in tonight. I have a wonderful show in store for you. First of all, how fast did February go by? I mean, it's already the 28th. We're already 2 months into 2022. So, craziness, right? I'm just so blessed and so happy to be able to do this show. And of course, I could not do this show without my sponsors. My sponsors are Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company. All right. 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. What's up, BNA Allen? What's up, Celebrity Really Uncut? I'm so happy that you're tuning in tonight. I was just telling you about my awesome sponsors, one of them being Anointed Ads. Once again, he has his own website, www.anointedads.com. You can also find him right here on Instagram, and you can find him on Facebook. So you can check out his work. When you're ready to get your project started, all you have to do is mention Think Different TV, and he gives you 15% off, okay? 15% off of your project. And guess what? He's easy to reach, easy to locate. He's right in Jersey. And also, guess what? He has a phone number you can contact him at. His name is Phil. You can call him at 609-534-0237. Go ahead and get your project started. He does amazing websites with eye-catching designs. He also does flyers. He did the flyer for Think Different TV. Hey, the young and gifted 24. Thank you for joining in. What's up, Marlo? He also did flyers for me in the past for my financial business. So he's an amazing guy. He does amazing work. Give him a chance. He is a Bob, a black-owned business. So we got to support our black-owned businesses. And he is one. So go ahead and check him out. Another amazing sponsor that I have is Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Of course, we have to get that water that hydrates us the right way, right? And it's alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. I have my gallon with me always when I'm doing my show. I always have my gallon with me. And he's just amazing. Mike is amazing. Whenever you're ready to put in your order, make sure you call 267-707-8279. I want to say that again because sometimes it's a tongue twister, right? It's 267-707-8279. You just call the number, or you can hit them up right here on IG under Euphoria Water. All right, that's UPHORIAWATER. All right. Hi, Dan, the real estateman. One, how are you? Thank you for joining in tonight. We also have the new men that joined in. Thank you guys for just tuning in tonight because I'm just super excited. As you can see, I'm a little tongue twisted and everything. And real quick, I want to give a shout out to Secret, SEACRET, Secret Mascara, because these are not falsies, y'all. These are my real lashes. Okay, I just want to let people know, because some people ask me, like, what kind of lashes do you put on? I'm like, I don't wear lashes. These are my lashes. And then I use the amazing Secret mascara that amazingly doesn't make my eyes tear up, because that's one of the things that I hated so much about wearing mascara, is that it makes my eyes tear up. And it's an amazing product. So, let's jump into it, right? So, what's the topic for tonight? So I've really been battling with myself whether or not I wanted to talk about this subject, but I come across this so often now that I feel like I should speak on it. So what's in the name? What's in the last name? And I'm finding that a lot of women are giving their children their maiden names. Now, me personally, I'm old school, I'm old fashioned. I'm like, you have a child by somebody, a guy, the child gets the guy's last name. But what I'm seeing is that there's this progressiveness that's happening that maybe I missed the memo, where women are saying, you know what, I'm just going to give my child my last name. Some people have valid reasons. You know, they're like, the father is not involved in the child's life. You know, he's not going to be involved in the child's life for whatever reason, and so I feel that my child should just have my last name. Other women do it out of spite. They have children by amazing guys, and then they decide, for whatever reason, if they get into an argument with the guy or whatever, they say, listen, I'm just gonna give my child my last name. There's a lot of different reasons, and so I can't just like put it in a box, but I do take issue with the ones that are seeing that the father are actively involved in the child's life, and they still decide to give their children their last name. Hey, storybook poet, thank you for joining in tonight. So this is something that has been happening, and I just want to know you guys' thoughts. Like, what do y'all think about that? I think it erases a legacy, because one, you have a guy who, you know, comes up with his last name, and if he has a son, he's like, I want to give my hey Superfly Knowings wants to give their child, their son, their last name, right? That's a big thing. Like, oh, you know, I want to give my child my last name and everything like that. But what I'm seeing is that sometimes women just be like, you know, I don't know if he's going to be around. I don't want things to be weird. I want my child to have my last name because, you know, for whatever reason. And also I'm seeing it with women that have multiple children by different fathers. They want to eliminate the confusion, so they just give their child their last name so that all of them have the same last name, so it's not any confusion. But I just think that it's weird to me. You know, what do you guys think? Like, if a man is actively involved in this child's life, do you feel that the father should be the one, like the child should have the father's last name? I think so. I don't think there's anything. I understand a woman wanting to protect herself and wanting to say, you know, I don't want my children running around with all these different names because I got different baby daddies, or I don't want, you know, or the child's father is not actively in the child's life, and so why, you know, it's kind of a reward. But I just feel like in the Hispanic culture, they have both the mom and the dad's last name. I think it's the mom's name first and then it's the dad's last name, or it might be the opposite way around. I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking it's the mom's last name first. But that kind of like eliminates the confusion, right? Because then the child has both the mom and the dad's last name. I think it's just a thing where it's accountability and responsibility that women have to take when they're out here having children. You know, if you know that the guy is not a good guy, why are you having children with him anyway? And then, you know, if it's some sticky situation, why you don't want him to have last name. It's so many different situations that I can see why a woman would give their child their maiden name, but then some of them I don't agree with. So I'm just going to list some of the reasons why a woman might give the child their last name. I've mentioned them before, but I'm going to just run through them again. So the father is not actively involved in the child's life and is not going to be. Another reason is out of spite. Okay. Another reason could be because the child is a product of rape, and the mom decides to keep the child because the child, of course, didn't do anything, and you know, and they said to protect the child, they decide to give the child their last name. But I'm seeing a lot of the spite thing. So I'm just going to tell you this once. I'm going to tell you a few stories. All right, just to put things in perspective, and the reason why I decided to bring this topic up. So, one, I know a guy whose mother gave him his maiden name because the father wasn't actively involved in the child's life and wasn't going to be involved in the child's life. Like, they knew of him, but they didn't want all this confusion. But it caused confusion anyway, because this guy has other children, and it's like that person is finding all of his siblings, and that could be a sticky situation, because now you're like out in the world and you have one last name and you meet somebody with a different last name. You're like, there's no way we could be related, and then y'all do and then come to find out y'all both at the same family reunion. It could be really, really tricky. But that never happened. But it's a possibility. But the reason why that happened is because the father was not actively involved in the child's life, and the mother thought it was best to protect her child by just giving the child a maiden name. Now, here's another situation. A man has a child with a woman, and the woman gives the child his last name at birth. The guy signs the birth certificate. Everything is going great. And then later on down the line, probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years in, the mother, out of spite, gets mad at the father and decides to go down and legally change the child's name to, like, kept the first name, but in the middle name, and change the last name. So this child has grown up, gone through school, all his awards, accolades, all of that stuff is under his mother's maiden name, and completely disregarded the father just because they got into an argument, but the father was still actively involved in the child's life. So I'm like, why would you do that? First of all, like, who are you to just go? I mean, I understand you're the mother, but I see that so many people think that the mother is the only parent. The mother is not the only parent. They can't just go around. I don't understand it. Like, you just go around and you have sex with a man, you get pregnant, but then think that it's only your DNA that's in the child, and you're the only one that can make these big decisions for these children. Now, the father is not actively involved in the child's life and pretty much left it in your hands. I understand. But if the father is in your life, is in the child's life, and doesn't necessarily want to be with you, but definitely wants to take care of their child, then you need to stop being this immature brat and realize that a child has two parents, regardless of how you feel about the other parent. The child has two parents, and just because you are the mother, you carried the child for 9 months or however many months you carried the child and delivered the child, does not make you the overall parent of the child. It doesn't. I'm sorry. I have to, as a woman, I am saying this because I could not have my child without his father. And right now, my son is receiving the best care because he has both his parents actively involved in his life. And I would never say, oh, I have more precedence over his father, ever, because we made him 50-50. So these women that are out here saying, oh, well, I do everything for my child. I'm always there for my child. So I'm supposed to, but sometimes it be because they are keeping the child's father away. They are behaving in a way that is putting off the child's father. So the child's father is like, do I really want to go through all this strife and everything like that? And there are men out there that fight. They fight hard for their children. They fight really hard for their children, and I would say give it up for them, but you're supposed to. If it's your child and you made your child, you're supposed to fight for your children. But I feel like there's such a overwhelming I want to give up when it comes to just rearing a child when the mother is being all extra crazy, and then you're trying to figure out like, what the heck do I do? And then you go to the courts, you go to the justice system like, help me please, and the justice system was like, because they don't want, let's be real, they don't want black families to really exist. They don't want there to be this come togetherness with the father and the mother. They want to create a divide between us. So let's just keep it all the way funky. So when it comes to the justice system and they're going there like, oh my gosh, like I really want to like get my child or whatever. They make it so hard for the father. Perfect example. I know a guy who has 2 children by a woman, and a woman just took off and went all the way to another state with his children for 7 months, kept them away from his children. And just to go to court and just to get them back, it was like a crazy amount of time wasted. It's like, this should not be hard. Y'all know where she at. Tell her to get her behind back here and get her in court. And she didn't even get locked up. She didn't even get locked up because they say we can't say she was kidnapping or whatever. But I feel when you start going across state lines, like you done shot yourself in the foot. Like when you cross state lines and you take your kids to a whole nother state, that's just craziness. And then on top of that, it was some reasoning behind why she wanted to have the kids. I'm not going to say why, but it was of the monetary persuasion, okay? Because it's no way it was just because she just loved her children dearly, because if that was the case, she wouldn't have let the guy raise the kids for like 5 years by himself and then come back and get them when they like pretty much old enough to like make their own food, get dressed on their own, get washed up on their own. Like she didn't have to do none of the raising in the early days. But back to the original topic. What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about the last name game? Like, what do y'all feel about like a man that takes care of business? Should he say, hey, my child should have my last name? Especially if it's proven to be his child, because there's some of that too. There's some women out here putting men on their birth certificates that their child is not there. Not the father's. The father is like, that is not my baby, and she put my name on the birth certificate and it turned out to not be his child, and he's still legally bonded to that child. Craziness. We need to stop this, okay? We need to, like, it's 2022, okay? Stop bringing these children in under these weird conditions, okay? Because they all jacked up already. They have this aggression we cannot explain. They're being exposed to different stuff on it. There's a war going on right now. They know that there's a war going on right now. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot that these children are dealing with, and we like, oh, they kids, and we always say stay in the kid's place. But staying in the child's place right now is very freaking confusing, because they're getting exposed to adult situations, and then they don't know how to process it. They don't know how to deal with it because they're children, and then they have all this pent-up aggression, and people are like, why are you so angry all the time? And that's a reason why, because they're being exposed to all this different stuff, and then they're being brought into this world under really crazy circumstances. Like, the mom and the dad is not mature enough to have a child and come together and co-parent if they're not together, and so they're arguing back and forth and the child is confused, like what the heck is going on? It's my fault that they're fighting, because if I wasn't here then they wouldn't be fighting, and it's a lot of different stuff. Guys, we have to realize these kids are our future, okay? And we can't have no angry people taking over this world. We can't have angry people taking over this world, because there'll be a war every day over some foolishness. We need to grab the reins now, and we need to stop having these children under these real weird circumstances and doing things out of spite. Like, stop doing things out of spite, because all it does is it hurts the child. It does not hurt the other person. As much as you want it to, it's only going to hurt the child. Going back to I think one of my first topics, love your child or children more than you hate the other person, because at the end of the day, like I said, the only person that's going to be affected by your bad decisions is your child. And the last name game, my son has his father's last name. He's the only son. He's the only child. When his dad found out he was having a boy, he daggone there did backflips, front flips, cartwheels all over the daggone place. Marlo says, I think that the disconnect would come with a lack of effective communication. To be honest, to make a decision as to which parent's name the child should be under should come after a discussion. And I agree with that as well. If there's a meeting of the minds and the father says, honestly, I don't think my son should have my last name, or my child should have my last name, and you should give them your maiden name, by all means, let that be the case. But like I said, there's a lot of women that are not doing it because of that. They're doing it because of other reasons. And some reasons are very valid reasons, which I agree with. If it was a child that was conceived under rape and they want to protect the child, I understand wholeheartedly, yes, the child should have their mom's maiden name. If it was a situation where the child is not being raised by their father, the father is nowhere in the picture, by all means, there you go. But don't ever do things out of spite. It just does not do anything good for the children. It does not promote any type of cohesiveness, no happiness. These children, I look in their eyes and they're dead. You ever look in a child's eyes like today and just like look at them and just be like, why do you seem so dead inside? You get what I'm saying? Why do you have this anger, this aggression? Why are you always like, there's no life in you? You just move day to day. They always turn into drugs and stuff like that to escape reality. What is their reality? A lot of their realities are what I just described. They have parents that argue back and forth, can't co-parent. Their parents are young, super young, and trying to raise a child, and they don't even know how to take care of themselves. Even people that just are just not right emotionally, you know, they have these children, and now they're faced with raising these children. These children know that their parent has something wrong with them, but they don't know exactly what it is. I'm telling you guys, this generation that's coming up, I see my son is very happy. He's a very happy child. I don't ever want to see him sad or upset or anything like that. And I see other children around his same age, and they're just so sad and melancholy and just feel like their lives are over. Like, to come so quickly to the conclusion that the world will be better off without me, it is very sad, guys. And I know I kind of veered away from the topic a little bit because it all ties together. It's a slippery slope. it's a slippery slope. And it starts with us. It starts with us. We have to pull the reins back. We have to realize that we can't keep putting all this stuff on these children and expect them to just bounce back and be tough, strong kids like we were. Like, every generation is different. Every generation doesn't handle situations the same. So we have to take that into account. All right, guys? All right, how did y'all feel about the topic? Do y'all agree, disagree? Do you have some input on it? Do you have a story of a situation where that has happened, where, you know, a father was actively involved in this child's life, but the mother refused to give him his last name? You know, I know y'all probably like this. That's, some people probably think that that's a very small topic. It's like, why are we even discussing that? But there's legacy that comes from that. There's like a man, when he has a boy child, most of the time they want to say, that's my boy. And it's kind of crazy to look out in the crowd and point out, say, that's my boy, and he has a whole different last name on whatever he's doing. It's crazy. All the accolades, just in a whole nother name that does not belong to the father. And then what happens when the woman gets married and she no longer has her maiden name? Y'all gonna have these babies confused as hell. I'm gonna just tell y'all gonna have them so confused. Cause then you just gave the baby your maiden name. Then you go get married, and then you're like, you chuck your maiden name because you want to make your husband happy, and then now your child is stuck with your maiden name, and you don't even have your maiden name no more. Confusion, emotional damage. I want to shout out real quick Philly Czar, who just jumped on. My mom hopped on for a little bit. I don't know if she's still here, but thank you, Mom, for hopping on really quickly. So that is my social topic for the night. What are your thoughts? All right, y'all can put it in the comments below when I post the video. You know, maybe next time we can have y'all join in the conversation. I want to get more like to the point where when I have a social topic, people actually join in and they're on screen too, and we're having a dialogue, because this is kind of weird, just kind of talking to myself. But I'm talking to my audience. You guys are there. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. But also to have a dialogue back and forth and get other people's perspective on the topics is something I'm working towards. And with that, we're going to go to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Anointed Ads. That's ANOINET. I never messed up. Today is a crazy day. So it's ANOINTEDADS. Right here on IG. He also has his own website, www.anointedads.com. He is an award-winning graphic design website company, over 14 years experience, over 100 websites created, including his own, with eye-catching designs. He did the flyer for Think Different TV. All right. He also did flyers for me in the past for my financial business. And I'm telling you, he has a signature. Like, you can see an Anointed Ads flyer and know it's an Anointed Ads flyer, because it's just so, it's eye-catching. And when you're ready to get your project started, if you need a flyer or you want to get a website designed for yourself, guess what? You just call them at 609-534-0237. Mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off. And then we have our other sponsor, Euphoria Water, which is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. All right, alkaline water with minerals. I always have my gallon with me. No additives, no chemicals. You want to hydrate the right way with Euphoria Water. Okay, and if you want to place your order today, you can just go to Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER. I got it right. And or you can call the number 267-707-8279 and place that order today with Mike and with Anointed Adamsville. All right, so those are my sponsors that I love so much, and without them I could not do this show. So I'm super excited. That guess what, guys? We're about to go into our next segment, which is our independent artist spotlight. And I told y'all last week that I had some amazing people that's gonna be jumping on tonight, and I can't wait to get them on. Before I even pull them on, I want to say a shout out to Java Twist. Java Twist, love their brew. Okay. Amazing. He's an amazing businessman. He's just been putting it out there. Java Twist is really good. One day he gotta be a sponsor on my show, right? So, independent artist spotlight. These guys I've known for years. Well, I've known DJ Kemo for I'm gonna say, it's been a long time, like 11, 12 years. And I've known BNA Allen, that's my bro. I've known him since 2014. And I'm telling you guys, I credit myself all the time with bringing them together because they were both my friends. And then I said, then they heard each other like do their thing, and then they was like, maybe we should work together on some projects. And every project that they have released have been fire. All right, so a little background on DJ Kemo. DJ Kemo, he has a company called Just Born Entertainment. He is out of New York, right? And he briefly was down in Atlanta, and now he back up north, which I'm happy about because we got stuff we got to work on together musically. And he's just always been one of those people that have those, he has that commercial sound, but he also spits knowledge too. I love it because it's a good mix of getting the knowledge and getting all of that good stuff, and just have it to like his flow, his cadence, everything is just so great. And he also puts it in a way where it could be a banger on the radio. And I don't call him DJ Kimo for nothing. He's also a DJ, and he's a cook. A DJ and a cook. And when I say he's a DJ, like he does this thing every Monday night at 8 p.m. So right before my show starts, he's doing his thing. He's spinning, independent artist records. He's actually asking people, hey, if you have a single you want to send in to be spun by DJ Kemo, you can definitely do that. He does it online, so people can hear their music being played and everything like that. So I love it. And BNA Allen, my brother, BNA stands for Black and Artistic, and he is an amazing singer, writer. He also has his own business, Manny T Dryer Vent, right here on IG. He cleans out dryer vents for his day job. But guess what? He, like I said, when he do his music, you be like, yo, I didn't know you could sing like that. I didn't know you could write like that. I didn't know you could. You just the whole package, right? So those two together, you got this amazing hip hop lyricist, and then you got this amazing singer songwriter come together and create music that has it's not even of today. It's reminiscent of the New Jack Swing era. Who remembers that era? I remember that era. I remember, Teddy Riley and all of them guys with the New Jack Swing, Boys and Men, they was doing it too. Belle Biv DeVoe was doing that as well, BBD. Everybody was into the New Jack Swing, and they're bringing it back. It never really left, but people aren't. But the crazy thing is that people don't realize how much that sound has influenced so much of the music that we hear today. Just little bits and pieces you hear, but they really took it to the next level. I mean, they are working with some amazing people, and I'm gonna let them tell you more about it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get them on so we can get this interview on and pop it. So let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Or wait a minute, what happened just now?
We here?
Y'all here?
Yeah.
How did I do that quick? That is so dope.
Yo, what up? What up?
Come on, fix the camera. I gotta see both of you guys.
We getting to it. What up? What up?
Hey, what's up, DJ Kimo?
What's good? What up?
What's up, BNA Allen? How are y'all tonight?
Chilling. How you
I'm
feeling?
super excited, guys. Like, I've been waiting to do this interview since like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Actually, since the beginning of the year, because I already knew I wanted y'all to be on the show, but I wanted to wait until y'all single dropped, okay? Y'all have a lot of music out right now. Y'all had Daydreaming 2 weeks ago on the 14th, Valentine's Day. We had BNA Allen on, and we heard Daydreaming, and then today we're going to be listening to Crazy, which is the single that was released on the 21st of January, which was 3 days before my birthday. So I was like, early birthday gift to me. And I just want you guys to tell the people a little bit about yourself. You know, BNA, I know you told them about yourself a couple weeks ago, but just refresh the people on who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table, what you want people to think of when they hear BNA Allen, Savvy Arts, Talent, all of that great stuff.
All right. So my name is BNA Allen. I started singing at the age of 7, started writing at the age of 10. I'm at a point in my career where the music I grew up on, which is New Jack Swing, and it's coming back. And it's like, it's amazing because everybody's gravitating towards it. And I was hoping that would happen because, you know, there was, you know, music I love doing. I'm going to love doing it regardless, but it's just, I feel a different way when I'm, you know, doing this type of music. So it's like, it touches me. So I'm glad that everyone's loving it and everything, you know, and what I want to see is, you know, more happy music being made where, you know, it's not too much fighting and everything like that to get everybody happy, and, you know, because we're going through enough. You know what I mean?
I know, right? The war going on. We need to hear something happy going on. And DJ Kemo, how are you?
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Good.
So can you give them a little bit of background about you and what you do and how you do it, and you know what you want people to think of when they hear DJ Kemo?
I mean, you rolled out the red carpet. I mean, they you know, I mean, you know, appreciate that. So appreciate that intro. But you know, I mean, you know, the list goes on: production, lyricists, you know, just working with BNA has been dope because you know it's just touching back on that New Jack Swing kick. And I mean, I just like making good music, so that was just good to do that all that together in one. So, you know, to make that feel good music that people can rock to, that you know people can dance to, and just you know bring positivity and spread it through that. That's you know that's just a good feeling in general. So that's all we want. You know,
Facts. Yeah.
You know, that's it. You know.
Awesome. So I want to ask y'all a quick favor, right? You guys are not totally in the frame together. Like, I can't see both of y'all. Like,
all right.
There we go. So it's a little bit better because I want people to see who you guys are. Because you know, there's this new audio is like, prepare to be sick of me. And they're going to be seeing you guys' faces a lot more and hear you guys' music a lot more because y'all have a lot of things in the works. Really quickly, DJ Kimo, can you tell people about your show that goes on at 8 o'clock Monday nights?
Yeah, we do. So it's Official Street Madness Radio on Instagram. You know, follow that page. That's where we you know, we shout out to all the DJs, man. It's a bunch of us that do shows on there each and every day. 24/7 is always a DJ or some music playing on that station. But on Mondays I do I have a show at 8 p.m. from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We do I play a lot of indie music, but also a lot of mainstream as well. I mix it in. Right now we doing something. I theme it. So this period right now we doing the city takeover, which we done before. But I'm headlining indie artists. So for instance, if you're an indie artist from Philly, then I'm gonna play music from Philly, but also headline that indie artists playing some of their music as well. So whatever indie artists I choose or I work with each week, that's the city I'm playing their music from. So it's the city takeover. So yeah, this week we brought back ATL. Next week we're gonna take it to Noya. So just something different. You know what I mean?
Awesome. So there is Savvy Arts Talents and there is Just Born Entertainment, and then they came together and made Just Savvy DJs.
Savvy DJ, just indeed.
So can y'all explain like that union and tell them how awesome I am because I brought y'all two together?
Da, 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 da. Definitely introduced us and definitely appreciate you for that, because I got a music partner and more than that, I got a brother. And you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So Just Savvy, how you said it, Just Born Entertainment and Savvy Arts Talents, and two bosses, two owners, we just brought it together, and we co-owners. And we have DJs under us and everything. And it's like it's gonna be popping more because there's more to come. We're just building right now.
Yeah. Whole DJ coalition, man. We got some, major influences behind it. So that's good. Just creating the opportunity for some for DJs to, form a brotherhood. Have protection out there because it's crazy. When you try to go to gigs, sometimes certain areas you may not be comfortable with. So we offering that. Also, people when I want to learn how to DJ, we offering that. You might just got the ear for music but don't have the skills. So we can show you how to do that, how to get to that point. So just a different approach to the DJ industry. So yeah.
So with all of this amazing music that y'all have been coming up with and putting out, and like pandemic, daydreaming, crazy, like y'all are on your way to like a whole album. Like this is like Silk Sonic. Like this is the craziness of this duo. Just keep pushing out more and more music, and there's a pandemic part 2 coming out, a remix. Like it's a lot of stuff that's happening. Can y'all tell us about what we are going to be seeing from you guys in the future? All of the people that y'all are working with. Can y'all tell us like who y'all gonna be?
I mean, some of it's obvious, but yeah, with we call it the Cure mix. That's the pandemic remix. We collab with artists from all around. What was it?
Yeah, we got Preach I Am from New Orleans. You got here in Texas now, but he repping New Orleans. You got Trevo Fire of South Carolina. You got Mooley, BNA, Philly. So so we just we got Ma, of course, from New York. So just just a Cure mix, man. What we call it, man. Just dope artists coming together. I like bringing different artists together. That just sound good together on the track, man. I just I think that's what the pandemic Cure mix is about. So yeah.
Awesome. And Daydreaming. You are doing a remix for Daydreaming.
Yeah.
And there's somebody on that record.
Yes, Fat Man Scoop.
There you
go. Whatever I say, y'all. Yeah. That's definitely like a big brother to us. He definitely is a big brother to us because it started as business, but it just rapidly turned into a brotherhood because it's like, yo, what I mean? Y'all looking out for me, I'm looking out for you, and we gonna do this, what I mean? So we definitely appreciate Scoop. And another brother we didn't gain is Groove. If y'all know Groove is from House Party. He was the drunk one, that where he was in the party. He was with Chill, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting those digits," and he's like, "Man, you ain't got no rap. You don't know that though." So him, he was in Boomerang. Yeah. He was in House Party too.
Jam, Yeah.
He was in the what's it called? Tina Turner. He was in that. He was in that too.
Yeah, what's love got to do with it?
Oh, what's love got to do with it?
Yeah. So, and definitely, and he
Awesome.
recently brought us on his TV show and interviewed us. That's going to come out. We're going to let y'all know when it's dropping. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Video coming soon. So
video coming soon. So you know.
Yeah, man, we get so. I mean, as far as projects go, you know, we're doing these New Jack Swing. Daydreaming was just the tip of that. As far as you know, what we're doing with this New Jack Swing movement, we doing a whole project, releasing this summer called New Jack Kings. So we're gonna have a lot more. So if you like Daydreaming and also Crazy, which is out everywhere, streaming on all platforms. If you like those songs, you're gonna love the album. A lot more songs like that and more. So yeah.
Awesome. So tonight we are going to hear Crazy, which was released 3 days before my birthday, January 21st. And I thought that in there. But yeah, so we're going to be listening to this song, but I want y'all to give me a little bit of like what the song is about, what you want people to get from the song, the lyrics.
All right, so the way Crazy turned out, it's like a spin-off of Daydreaming. Like, if y'all listen to the lyrics of Daydreaming, it's like, you know, it's this girl, we just, you know, daydreaming about her. I want to be with you. You're going to be my everything. So, boom, then you got Crazy, because in the mix, something happened where she's like, you know what, I'm cool. I'm going to roll with him and this, and I'm like, you must be crazy. You think you're going to find somebody better than me. Like, I'm not being any type of way, but you're not going to find nobody better than me. So, you know, that's what it's about. So I want y'all to get from that, like, you know, you're going to get somebody, but you can't replace me. You know what I mean? You're going to find another, of course, but you ain't going to replace me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let's be
I
crazy.
definitely feel you on that.
Yeah.
So y'all write your own stuff. Y'all not, you know, rapping nobody else's stuff. Y'all not being ghostwriter for it. I love it. Because listen, it's people out there that can't write their own stuff.
No.
They can't write their own stuff, man. And I just love the fact that y'all able to collaborate, do your own thing. So that means y'all own everything. Listen, y'all, outside of this, when you write and y'all sing and y'all rap and do your own stuff, y'all own all of it. Nobody can get none of their money, honey.
Oh yeah.
Y'all own all of it. So it's definitely on the business side, because we always talk about music business. And it's one thing to get together and do the music and collab and have all these great things. But the business side always got to be taken care of, because you want to make sure you get those royalties. Want to make sure y'all get all y'all money.
Right.
And I know that, you know, with my album, I wrote every word. So I don't got to worry about nobody coming at me like, oh, you stole my music, or you did this, you did that. I bought everything, honey, and I'm profiting off of all of it, right? And I'm so glad that we have two writers, singers, rappers, everything all in one. Y'all, all y'all gotta do is get y'all dance moves down. Y'all the whole package.
Working on it, yo. You know, and
y'all
there's a wise man once said, I'm not a writer, I'm a writer for myself and others. So, you know, it's your boy.
I'm trying to think who that was.
You know, it's Jay.
I think I know who that was.
Yeah, you know. Shoot. But yeah.
So, Kimo, they got you dancing too? You gonna be dancing?
I don't know about that.
We trying 1 2 step. It seemed like all these dance songs, we're gonna have to do something. Like, we need some dancers like MC Hammer's dancer, or, you know, Heavy D's dancer. They got me an R&B Heavy D over here. Like,
we'll say this, you know, at our performances, you definitely might see some dancers. So, you know, we are looking for some, by the way.
Yeah, so, we definitely looking for dancers. So y'all tune into this, y'all dancing, let's hit us up. You know, we'll see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that, guys? If you're a dancer and you create choreography and you hear that song, first of all, the song just make you want to dance. Even if you not a dancer, it make you want to get up, shake your booty, twerk a little bit, you know, like, you know, do a little bit of the butterfly, a little bit of, you know, the Tootsie Roll, you know, because it takes you back to them days of those old school dances, but also you can put like the new school dances to the old Running Man, not the new Running Man, or you can do the new Running Man, whatever you choose. But you are a choreographer, you are a dancer, and you hear the song and you want to create a video. I don't know if you guys are doing a challenge, because there's a lot of people doing challenges right now just to get the word out there. So what would they hashtag it? Hashtag crazy challenge, hashtag it daydreaming challenge. What would you want them to hashtag?
We got the hashtag daydreaming challenge. We was doing that. When the remix officially drops, there's gonna be a part 2 to the challenge, and I think this one is gonna be, it's gonna be a little bit better this time. We got a few people on board for the first daydreaming challenge, and that's going around. Same thing. With crazy. It's the thing with that is a '90s vibe, man. So it's like, don't really matter what you do, man. You can hit the Running Man. You can hit, the 2-step, whatever. You can do the high step, kick, toe, tap. You can, whatever you try to do, like, you can bring all of that. But, and then you could just, boom, make it the crazy challenge or the daydream challenge, because that's the type of vibe we want. We want people to just enjoy themselves, have a good time, dance, feel good. You feel me? That's it, so, yeah.
Exactly. And guys, y'all don't have to be, because I don't really dance like that. I'll probably just do a video where I'm just singing a song, probably playing in my hair, probably drinking some wine or something like that, or drinking my Euphoria Water. And, and just vibing out and just, mouthing the word. But yeah, I want to be part of the challenge too. So I'm gonna throw my video up there too and see how I do. So guys, we're gonna listen to the song "Crazy." Do y'all want me to play it on my end? Do y'all got it hooked up with y'all end? What y'all want me to do?
It don't matter. You let us know which is easier for you. We can play it over here. You just need a second.
All right.
It's 2 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna make sure that I'm muted so that we can hear it loud and clear. Y'all got better speakers over there anyway. It look like y'all in the studio, so I'm gonna let that come through real nice and clear. So whenever y'all ready, I'll go ahead and mute and y'all play "Crazy."
Yep.
Oh yeah. Don't you realize ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do? You must be crazy, and you know I'm not. Ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do. You must be crazy. You think you did something when you walked out the door. Let me tell you something. I've been down this road before. Cause the things that you walk away from, you can never ever get back. One thing that you didn't know, that there was way much more inside. It was just fine when back then you decided you were not ready to settle down. The way that we made it makes sense. Now I see that. Easy come, easy go. There's one thing you have to know. Don't you realize ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do? You must be crazy, and you know why. Ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do. You must be crazy.
Oh man.
Don't you realize ain't no other guy?
That's all I'm about to play it over here. We gonna play it.
You must be crazy, and you know why. Ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do. You must be crazy. Don't you realize ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do. You must be crazy, and you know why. Ain't no other guy gonna love you like I do. You must be crazy.
It's getting kinda heavy. The way you put it on me got me twisting like spaghetti. I just wanna rock steady. Beating like a dready. You my boo, Betty? Know that I'm ready. Tell me what you want and what you really, really want. What you love me is life, girl. You wanna be my lover? Always keep it solid. No undercover brother. That's why you're so close. I don't treat you like the others. Crazy. Baby, if you can't see that, then I'm swinging. Anything you say, you do, you won't say. one another, but you can't replace me. Keep moving steady and they moving hate me. If you want me gone, you're gonna have to make me. And you won't ever do it, so that's why they hate me. You're part of everything that I do, and I'ma give it to you, give it to you, give it to you.
Don't you realize ain't no one could die? Gonna love you like I do. Must be crazy, and you know I'm right. Ain't no one could die. Gonna love you like I do. Must be crazy. Don't you realize ain't no one could die? Gonna love you like I do. Must be crazy. And you know I'm right. Ain't no one could die. Gonna love you like I do. Must be crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Gonna love you like I do. So right, no other guy. Alright, my baby. Alright. Alright.
Wait a minute. I saw real earlier where DJ Kimo was like, he hit the Uncle Charlie. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
wee.
Oh no. All right.
All right.
He said, yo, you hit the Uncle Charlie. Like when I recorded it, he said, yo, you hit the Uncle Charlie. I'm like, yo, I can't.
Charlie will be proud. Yeah.
Hey guys, I am Young P said, let's get it. My guys, great performances.
Yeah. Always love, bro.
Yeah, peace. You already know, man. Salute.
You know what? I'm going to do something different tonight. You know what? I'm feeling a little frisky. I feel like they should hear Daydreaming too. I think we should run it back. Let them hear Daydreaming as well. Because y'all gotta hear, like, this music gonna have you up here. First of all, these are my favorite songs ever. So, like, I have to, when I hear one, I gotta hear the other one. So, can you please play Daydreaming for them?
Yeah, we got you. Yep, for sure. Yep. Put me on the spot, you know what I mean? Gotta pull it out, no doubt. Yeah, it's crazy how things work out, man.
Yeah.
You know, when we did that was just
open the doors and gates to everything. Cause you know what I'm saying? It already had the house party, New Jack theme. You know, shout out to Teddy Riley. It's, you know, he's now following and watching, and you know, we're gonna definitely work with him. So I can. It's like they say, the old greats, they don't really say nothing. They just sit back and watch. So that's what's going on. So it's like an audition right now, and he's not gonna be disappointed. You know what I mean? So with that being said,
here we go.
It's the remix.
DJ remix, yeah.
Remix, Daydreaming with Big Bro, Fat Man Scoop.
BNA Allen, DJ Kemo. Let's go.
Out of my head at this party, trying to have fun, but it won't happen unless you're here. At visions of your smile, girl, your touch it drives me wild. 'Cause the truth is that I want no other girl. The day that we met to the times that we spent, I know that you're the one for me. Every time that we kiss, let's make to another world.
Cause I don't wanna wake up. My lover one head tie sweats and no makeup. Chilling out back, say relaxing out cool. You remind me in my deep and you wanna ride too. Back, you know how to act, lady, when you back, hit the cat, gotta break me off, top me like the balls in the course.
Everything I want, girl, dreaming, just thinking of you. You got that special kind of love that makes me want you more and more.
Oh, got something more to say? You ready? You ready? Come on!
What you over there? That's fine to the right, right, right. That's fine to the right, right, right. That's fine to the right, right, right. That's fine to the right. What you over there for? Hot step, get your cat. 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 Wiggle, 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 walk with it. 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 Walk with it.
Yeah. What's going on, Sincere? What's going on, bro?
That's so awesome!
Hey, I feel like you did a performance.
Gosh, y'all! Oh my goodness! First, oh my goodness. Let me see. We got a lot of people that join in. We need a tape. I am DA Smalls joined. Wait, V Brown, he said, yo, I'm reliving my 90s childhood through your music. Love it. I had V Brown on a while back on my show, and he released his song as well. And oh my goodness, I'm just surrounded by such talented people. I don't know what to do with myself. Bagwell
You better
joined
stop it like you ain't nobody. Yo, stop playing.
First of all,
stop playing with me.
This is not about me right now.
You talented too, so
It's
you're in the mix.
about you guys. It's about you guys. I was just like so happy that you have decided to even take the time to be on my show and let us hear the remix. Like I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Blessings.
Yo, I could not wait. Y'all gotta jump on this Daydreaming remix, do this challenge.
Yeah,
I want to see those side to the left.
Yeah, he definitely brought his energy. You know that Fat Man Scoop energy. He definitely brought that on the hair. Like
definitely.
Shout out to Scoop,
So shout out to Fat Man Scoop getting on that remix. Yeah. Shout out to you guys for just doing the damn thing from the beginning. You know, because I mean, first of all, he's not going to co-sign just anything.
Right.
You know, he's not just going to jump on anything. So right there, you know you guys got something. So I'm just so excited for all the things that y'all got coming your way, all the moves y'all about to make. This is going to be bananas. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Do y'all have any like words that y'all want to say to the people out there? Any advice you want to give to artists coming up? Anything that y'all want to say to close out the night?
I ain't no wrong about it. Stay in school.
I would just say, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, this doesn't really have a time limit or an age frame. Like they said, who was that? Quincy Jones that, he produced Thriller at the age of, 49?
Yes.
49. He's been in the game for a while, but that's when he got that major hit. So just keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you have everything that links everyone to you and your music. Have some merchandise. It can be the simplest things, face mask or anything. Just have that on deck. So when you do drop singles, you can, put that out there too. And, this network and this, keep pushing and keep working. Don't give up. Don't stop. Because, a lot of people wanted to give up or, maybe even stop. They might have stopped, but, this don't stop. That's my advice.
Don't stop.
Learn the business. I mean,
and learn the business.
Learn the business, yo. Like, I can't say that enough. You got to learn it. Like, you can't. Even if you're the most talented person in the world, if you don't know the business, you're gonna screw yourself over. Because that's what's gonna help you get to the next level. Talent is a small part of it, and then you wonder why you see a lot of people that don't have as much talent as someone that you may know or yourself, and they are way, way, way miles ahead of you, you know, or have success in everything that you want, but you know you're more talented, or you know somebody that's more talented that you would invest more in. Why is that? Because they had a better marketing scheme. They knew the business better than you, or they knew somebody that knew the business better than you. They was in the right position to get that because it's the business. It's all moves. I mean, there's no luck, you know. So that's
Right.
yeah.
Have a blueprint for your career too. Have a blueprint. Don't just do something. Have everything set. Like, checkers and chess. Play chess. Have your next move ready before you make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I need y'all to just come on here and just give tips all day. So one is know the business, also have blueprint, and then also don't give up.
Yeah,
Don't give up. Don't stop.
Listen, you probably heard this a million times, but it's real, and it's not just a simple line. But your network is your network. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to network. Be at the right places. Go talk to the right people. Don't be afraid to get out there, because you never know who you know. Like, just with us, it started small. And then we knew this person, that knew that person, that knew this person, that connected us to the right people, and then we started expanding. Now that you know the people, now you play the business. Now you put everything in order. It's like it's just planning and executing. That's it. So
And
I'm gonna throw one in there. Guys, do good business. Be about your word. Don't be flaking. Don't say you're gonna be somewhere and don't be there. Because your word is everything. And if it turns out that the only thing you have is your word, and your word is, then you gotta work on it.
That's true.
You gotta work on it. So I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. I'm about to wrap it up, do this financial tip, but I thank you so much for sharing your time with me tonight. I know it's a lot. I know y'all got other things going on outside of this, but one day, this is what's it's gonna be, baby. It's gonna be interviews. It's gonna be video shoots. It's gonna be photo shoots. It's gonna be in the studio all the time. Y'all ready for that?
Yeah, it's what we signed up for. So it's no turning back. There's no turning back.
Awesome. And real quick, I want to just shout out one more time on BNA Allen's business, Manny T Dryer Event. Right here on IG is Manny T _ Dryer Event. Right? Dryer Event.
Yeah.
Yep. And he, like I said, he found a problem. He said, let me solve it. That's the best way to make some money, is to find a problem and solve it. And he's eliminating, house fires one house at a time by cleaning out these dryer vents, because a lot of people let it get all crazy and out of control. And then the next thing you know, it catches fire and gets real crazy. So he found a problem, said he was going to solve it, and he has his own business to do just that. All right. And one more time, DJ Kimo has his show at 8 p.m. He plays a lot of indie artists, but he also plays a lot of major artists as well. And he spends every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check him out. Shout out the page again.
Yes, Official Street Madness Radio. Make sure you follow that. Check the link in their bio. You will be able to link right into the show Monday, 8 p.m. You're an indie artist. Holla at me. I got some work for you. Let's go.
So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.
Peace. Yes.
All right.
So guys, how great are they? They came onto the show, told us about themselves, told us about what they're doing, and all of the stuff that's coming up, and they let us hear the Daydreaming remix with Batman Scoop on it. So happy that I had them on the show this week. And what a way to close out February, right? Today is the last day of February. We're about to go into March. We're about to March 4th, right? Into the rest of the year. We're already 2 months down, and I'm already 9 episodes in, I believe. That's crazy. So super excited about that, and I gotta calm this excitement down, but still be excited because I gotta tell you about my amazing sponsors. Without them, this show could not be possible. We want to thank them, thank them, thank them. So our first sponsor is Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company. 14 years experience, over 100 websites created, including his own, www.anointedads.com. He has eye-catching designs. He does flyers. He did the flyer for Think Different TV. He also has done flyers for me in the past, and it's a signature. Like, you could tell when Anointed Ads has done your flyer or has done your website. So give him a play. He's a Black-owned business. You know we love those, all right? And just give him a shot. Call them at 609-534-0237 when you're ready to get your project started. When you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off. How amazing is that? And then we have Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals, okay? And you can find them right here on IG at Euphoria Water, or you can call him at 267-707-8279. Get your gallon today, all right? And I love when two businesses come together. So he has teamed up with Be Inspired, and they have created a COVID Be Gone combo where they have the freshest ingredients mixed together in the juice form with alkaline water. So check them out. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to go into my financial tips. So let me find my book so that I can quickly get that together. All right. So my financial tip tonight is about beneficiaries. All right. I'm going to keep it real simple. All right. You want to, when you get a policy, a life insurance policy, make sure that your beneficiaries know that they're beneficiaries, and make sure that there's someone reliable that the agent can get in touch with when they have to give them the check. All right. So a lot of times what I'm seeing is that people are putting down beneficiaries that don't know that they're beneficiaries, don't care to be beneficiaries, because that is a lot of responsibility. When you are the beneficiary, you're getting control of the money, the death benefit, to do what needs to be done as far as the final expenses and whatever other final wishes that person has. What I would suggest is make sure that you have a will. Please have a will. It's one thing to get life insurance, that's one part of it. But also make sure that you have a will so that it takes care of all your, because when you get your policy, it just tells them how much coverage you have, what your death benefit is going to be, and all that stuff. But it doesn't tell people what you want to do with the money. So with the will, you can tell people what you want to do with the money, what you want to happen with it all. If y'all are ready to put a will in place, if you already have a policy, and you say, oh, snap, I didn't think to get a will, or I didn't think to have a will prepared, and you want to get a will prepared, get in contact with me. We can get that set up through Legal Shield. Also, if you're ready to get a policy done and a will done, you can hit me up. I'm licensed to do life insurance policies. So if you need a life insurance policy, make sure that you hit me up. Make sure that I cover people, because we need to all have income protection. That's what life insurance is, income protection. We want our families to live the same lifestyle that they're living while we're alive when we're no longer here. So it's good to make sure that we're covered with the correct coverage, and make sure that it's not something that's breaking your pocket. So I try to work to do both. Make sure you have the coverage you need and that is at a price that you can afford. And with it being level term insurance, you're not paying out the yin-yang to have great coverage. So beneficiaries, make sure that you have their contact information when you're doing your policy. When you're given a name, it's also good form to have the person's phone number available for the agent, so that the agent can then contact that person and let them know, hey, there is a policy that your friend has taken out. We're not going to disclose any of the personal information about the policy, but we're just going to let the person know that they were listed as a beneficiary on a policy and that we have to get in touch with them to let them know what to do when that policy has to be cashed in or whatever. Hopefully it won't happen for a long, long time, because we all hope for our clients to have very long lives. But in the case that it happens sooner than we think, we want to make sure that they have all the information so they're not running around like a chick with their hair cut off at the last moment trying to figure out what to do. We want to get that done while the person is still alive and still here, and they can also have all the things written out with the will and what's going to be done, and that could be also discussed with the beneficiaries as well. Please do not put in a policy, put down a beneficiary, and don't let the beneficiary know that you have a policy that you put them up as a beneficiary on, because a lot of people just putting down people's names, and then later on when everything happens, the person like, I didn't know I was a beneficiary. I didn't know that I was supposed to do all this stuff. I didn't know that this was going on. I didn't even know the person had a policy. Some people don't even tell people that they have a policy. That's crazy, because there's a lot of money being left on the table because nobody knows that these people have policies. So they're just like, oh, well, we didn't know about the policy. We don't have a policy number. We don't have nothing like that. And also, your policy is actually supposed to be left with the beneficiary. It's not supposed to be with you, the policy owner. It's supposed to be left with the beneficiary. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But like that, like, it makes more sense because now the beneficiary knows like where the policy is. Or if you're not going to give them the physical policy, give them access to the policy through something with Ultimate Wealth Educators. We are able to put our will, our last will and testament, and our policies, everything all in a lockbox. It's a financial lockbox that we have on the website. And the only person that has the information to get into it is the beneficiary or the person that we expect to take care of our business and our affairs when we're no longer here. So they're able to get into that financial lockbox on the website and see everything, the policy number, the number to call, who's the agent, the will, everything is right there at their fingertips, so they don't have to go searching around for a paper policy. The times are changing, all right? There's still paper policies being dispersed, but we're also moving towards everything being on a digital platform so that people can access it easily, and it's easier to read, and it's no chance for it to get burned in a fire or something like that. You know, it's just craziness. Some people's paperwork gets lost in the weirdest ways. And we want to make sure that they have a financial lockbox so they're able to do that. So if you want to know how to do that, have a financial lockbox, get a will, get a policy, any of that, hit me up. I also have another page, KS Legacy Building LLC 1, where I share financial tips with you. I also give you the skinny on everything. I even have a video up there right now about beneficiaries and how important it is to choose the right people to be a beneficiary, somebody who is reliable, someone who you can get in contact with, not somebody you just feel you should put down as a beneficiary because you feel that they'll take care of the business. And you also want to discuss with these beneficiaries, like you want to put them down as beneficiaries, and ask them if they want to be beneficiaries, because some people don't want the responsibility. And I think it's unfair to put it on someone who does not want to be a beneficiary. So there you have it, guys. That's my financial tip for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you for letting me talk your ear off for like a good hour and a half and bringing some information to you. I love our independent artist spotlight today on DJ Kemo and BNA Allen. They shared with us their song Crazy, and also their other song, Daydreaming, the remix with Fat Man Scoop. And our social topic for tonight was what's in the last name? You know, women giving their maiden names to their children. How do you feel about that? There's different reasons why they would do that. And are there some reasons you agree with, some reasons you don't agree with? What are your thoughts? You can always comment below when I post a video. I'll be posting it here on IG and on my YouTube channel, Think Different TV. And when you watch the replay, if you catch the replay, make sure you hashtag replay in the comments. Again, I love you guys. Y'all take care. And that wraps up February. What is going to happen in March? I don't know. It's a mystery. Bye, guys. Bye.